Hi everybody, and welcome back to another video of the channel. Right, so in front of me, drum roll, what we've got is the original Slave One vehicle. Yeah, the original one by Kenner, 1981. Right, so first things first, this one, the vintage collection box, is only as a backdrop, okay, to establish a comparison. And let me tell you how this precious came to me. Right, so first, I have to confess that I have been away for a while, okay, so enjoying a bit of Romanian hospitality, meeting lots of interesting people, but I am back again doing what I enjoy to do, right, which is reviewing these things, these childhood memories of mine. Right, so how did this come to be? I was walking along the streets of Porto not so long ago, must have been what, 3 weeks or something, and I came across this fantastic, amazing bookshop you can find there, which is called Tintin pour Tintin. Right, so I even have the gentleman there even gave me a business card. Okay, I don't know if you can see anything or not, but I will put a picture on the video later on, okay, so you guys can check it out. Right, so as far as classics go, whenever you get a business card, you know that you are absolutely talking to someone who is vintage all the way. Right, so as I was telling you, so this bookshop specializes not only on new stuff but also on secondhand stuff, mainly Franco-Belgian comics, but it also has a bit of American comics. And when I entered there, they had some memorabilia, some material, and in the midst of all that, some Star Wars pieces, some vintage Kenner Star Wars pieces. What is more, the gentleman back there is also an aficionado of cinema, so I had quite an interesting conversation with him. Right, so on to this piece. So it was somewhat, covered in dust. So 1981 to 2021 will do that to a piece. So it required a bit of TLC, actually quite a bit of TLC, but this is how it turned out in the end. Right. Okay, so it's got some issues to it, and I will address them in a while. So the first thing that you can obviously notice is that it's missing most of its stickers, of its original stickers. I know there are some retro stickers sold online, but I am not sure if I want to put them on or just leave it the way it is, just simple gray as it is. So it's got one right here, okay, on this engine cover. Yeah, it's got a large one here, another one here, but it's missing most of them. But that's only one of the issues. So it's also missing Han in carbonite, okay, Han in carbonite, right, so didn't come with that piece. And I'm afraid it has seen its wear and tear, right, a bit of a close-up here. This part is missing. It's been ruined, but you can always say that Slave One has been to battle, right? Okay, also on this part, I'm not sure, but I believe this isn't supposed to be originally like that. So if you take a look at the other side, it's got this, regular finish to it, and this serrated on this side. Yeah, other than that, what can we say? Well, this removable part has a bit of stress marks over here. Okay, you can see a little bit of white from it to have been pushed. Okay, the strut, the ramp, opens quite well. Okay, right, and on the inside, the chair, Boba Fett's chair, just goes up a lot more easily than it comes down, right? Yeah. Okay, right. The wings, still retain their original movement, so they move from, you know, side to side, I guess. Right, and this for me is quite an extraordinary piece. Why is that? Because basically I never held one of these when I was growing up. Having collected these as my childhood toys, okay, I guess I must have seen one of these at a shop once or twice, not having money to buy it. I never actually held one in my hand. So quite frankly, to be able to do this after, wow, almost 40 years have passed, it is a genuine privilege. Right, okay, so here we go, the original Kenner Slave 1. But in all honesty, what actually sold this piece for me was not only the ship itself, but, ta-da, that's right, the original box. That's right, so it's far from being in a museum quality. It has seen some action, some pretty heavy action, so it's got some wear and tear to it. But yeah, okay, I know I'm not going to use, you know, this is not an antique. I'm not going to use the word antique. But considering that we are talking about a toy which was produced back in 1981, and the simple fact that I was able to find this in store with the original box in 2021 is, quite frankly, nothing short of remarkable. Right, so the first thing that you will notice is that comparing it to the Vintage Collection one, which supposedly was inspired by this one, it is much, much smaller, okay? So you probably won't be able to see it, but, okay, look, it is much, much, much smaller, okay? So this is not the Empire version of the box, okay? It is the Return of the Jedi version of the box. You will also notice it has the French title on this side, La Guerre des Étoiles, Le Retour du Jedi. I know it sounds weird, yeah, pronouncing it this way, right? Okay, some wear and tear to the side too, yeah, and probably the worst part is that it's missing this side, yeah, unfortunately so. Still, I have to confess that it will display quite well. Right, so instead of having the Vintage Collection one, by the way, this still has the original one sealed in box. I will not remove it, just yet at least. But it will display rather well, I was saying, with the ship in front of it. So, another curiosity, so I've been collecting these for a while, okay, ever since the Vintage Collection came along, so we are used to the Kenner logo. While exploring this particular box, I didn't find the Kenner logo anywhere. Probably the explanation is that this was made by Palitoy. Right, so, and there is also this sticker which really surprised me. It says made in France. So I believe that Star Wars in France were distributed, or the boxes were distributed or whatever by Meccano, right? That's the company that had the license to distribute them in France. And Palitoy, of course, in the UK. So this might be a Palitoy version, I'm not sure, or a Meccano one, I'm not sure. But what I do know is that it does not have the Kenner logo. So those of you who may be younger Star Wars collectors may compare this original version to this one, and there is no contest here in terms of accuracy, the paint job, you know, the fading and the absolutely dramatic, much more screen accurate. However, this for me has the sort of nostalgic appeal of being an object that already existed when I was growing up. And what is more, for 1981, it is amazing the sort of detail that the gentleman at Kenner already incorporated on the spacecraft. I mean, all the indentations, all the plastics, this could have just been, regular, simple plastic, but it isn't. It's got lots of, detail all around it, which makes it, for me, wow, absolutely astonishing. So you've got this handle, so kids would be able to play with it, right? Oh, there is absolutely no contest as to the originality of the design of this vehicle. So much so that when I first came into contact with it, I had no idea the way it flew, because I had contact with the toys first, and only much later, well, not much, but sometime later, did I actually enjoy the movies. So for me, this is one hell of a find. One absolutely wonderful addition to my Star Wars collection. So I hope you have all enjoyed this review, and I hope to see you soon. Take care, stay safe, stay strong.